Yes, I am Damo, and you're watching Fabric of the Game, and today we're doing our first ever Cheap as Chips football shirt challenge, where we're going to see if you can get club clobber for cheaper. It's late summer, the World Cup is finished, quite literally, and the Premier League is about to start again in 2 weeks. And unless you've been living in a coma, you'll be well aware that football shirt prices are through the roof. In fact, an average Premier League football shirt will set you back at least £80. Now that's a kick in the teeth for some fans, because it's like football shirts have become like buying a new car these days. No sooner have you left the club megastore than the shirt starts to depreciate in value. In 6 months' time, it's going to be 50% less than what it is today. And in a year's time, they're going to be practically giving them away. So what cost you 80 quid a year ago, you can get it in the club megastore for, 25 quid a year later. It just doesn't make sense to me. So if you're like me and you're a bit miserable in terms of spending your pennies, or you haven't got a house to remortgage in order to get the latest kit, or maybe you just can't afford it, then this video is for you. So what we've done is devised a challenge called the Cheap as Chips Football Challenge. Hold tight, David Dickinson. I hope he ain't going to sue me, for nicking his Cheap as Chips thing. In fact, chips are pretty expensive as well these days, aren't they? But we'll roll with it anyway. Anyway, there are 3 challenges, okay? There's a £10 challenge, a £20 challenge and a £30 challenge. And today we're going to be looking at Everton. But I think this will work for any club. The reason we're looking at Everton is because that's my club. I support Everton. And we have to start somewhere, so might as well start with Everton. The new Everton shirts are £80 for like the fan version and £115 for the professional version. I've no idea why you have 2 different kits. In my day, when you bought a football shirt, it'd last you for 2 seasons and then they'd bring out a new one, and it certainly wasn't like different versions. So it's almost like the saying here, it's £80 for the rubbish version, but if you want the proper one, you've got to spend £115. And it just doesn't fly with me, or David Dickinson for that matter. My weapon of choice for this challenge is Vinted, and I'll get into why in a bit. So let's get on with the challenge. I've waffled on enough. Let's get on with the first Cheap as Chips challenge, and we're starting at £10. Let's see what I got for £10. So surprisingly, on Vinted, there was quite a bit you could get, and some of it was even some of the more modern stuff as well, like with I saw last season's away kit for 10 quid, which was annoying because I'd just spent like 35 quid on it a few months ago when I was at Hill Dickinson. But that's just the way it goes, isn't it? The other thing to say about Vinted is to watch out for unofficial shirts, but you can usually tell which ones are unofficial and which ones are official. But I thought £10 would be difficult because I thought, what can you get for £10? But actually there was quite a lot of choice. Initially, I wanted to get the one of the old Umbro kits. It was the black away shirt with the pink writing, and I wanted to get that because my daughter's got that shirt as well, so I wanted it to match up to my daughter. But the sale didn't go through, which is something else that can happen on Vinted as well. But I actually settled on this one. I settled on the 2018-2019 home kit. This one. Now I never bought this one because at the time my son had just been born and I was putting all my efforts into kitting my son out, and this is actually his first ever shirt. So it had sentimental value for me, and it was £10 as well, which is a steal. It's manufactured by Umbro. The quality of this shirt is brilliant as well. Like, when I was talking earlier about the different fan versions, that was before all this came in. The quality of this shirt's class. It's got the Premier League badge on it, and it's got the Angry Birds on the sleeve. Now, I know there's been a bit of talk on social media about club sponsors and how they define kits and clubs at time. And you know what? At the time, I thought the Angry Birds thing was random, but now looking back on it, it's actually something that I quite like. You know, it's quite funny. But yeah, 10 quid on Vinted. In fantastic condition as well, by the way. Really, really good condition. Now, you're not obviously going to be wearing the latest clobber if you get that, but to me, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, I like representing the club through different eras, and different eras mean different things to me. Like I said, that was my son's first shirt. He's now a massive Everton fan, so it's like, I can wear that, or I can give it to him when he's older, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's for 10 quid. Mate, in the words of David Dickinson, that is cheap as chips. He's definitely going to sue me after this, isn't he? So let's move on to the 20 quid challenge. Like I said, there was quite a lot of choice at £10. And there was at £20 as well. There was loads of different stuff. There was coats, there was jackets, there was more modern shirts. Now, I haven't gone for modern shirts for Everton because, in truth, I've got most of them. They're all upstairs in my wardrobe. But what I did go for was I decided to opt away from football shirts because I think that's just one way you can represent your club. I know it's boiling outside now, but at some point it's just, it's going to change, isn't it? We'll get a bit of rain, it'll get a bit colder. And personally, my next favourite thing to a football shirt is actually a football jumper. So I opted for this. I opted for a Chang era Everton training jumper. Again, it's an Umbro one, yeah? But it's in mega condition. I'm not sure what the year is for this one. I probably should have done a bit of research and had a look, but I haven't. But, it's defined by the Chang. We've had some iconic sponsors, Hafnia, NEC. I put Chang up there as well. Like, it's a fantastic jumper. I love wearing Everton jumpers. I wear them to work. I get told off all the time for coming into work with them on. But, it was actually less than 20 quid. Like, I know we were doing the 10, 20, 30 challenge. I actually got this for 18 quid. Considering its age, it's immaculate. It's not bobbled in any way. There's no sponsorship or badges coming off. It's in brilliant condition. Yeah, I'm going to love wearing that over winter. Brilliant find, I thought. But there was loads of stuff on Vinted. Loads of stuff for around 20 quid. And then we come to the 30 quid challenge. And this was a little bit more tricky because there was a lot to choose from. Like I've said, I've got most of the modern shirts. So there was no point buying a more modern shirt because I've already got them. But there was so much choice, and I nearly opted for an old Lecoq Sportif Everton coat, but I decided not to. I decided to pivot it back to football shirts because I think everybody wants a football shirt, don't they? And I landed on this, and I thought this was a great steal for multiple reasons, and I'll get into it in a sec. But I landed on this one. And this, if you remember, I think it's the 2009-2010 Everton home kit with the Lecoq Sportif. And again, the Chang era. Like, I miss Chang. Used to find it in the shops all the time. I can't even find it in the shop. I used to drink it all the time. Do you know what I really like about this shirt? And it's a touch of class. I don't know if you'll see it. Is this this little thing on the inside of the neck? It's the 25-year anniversary from the 1985 European Cup Winners' Cup team, and you can see, it's got the team on there: Gray, Sharp, Reed, Sheedy. It's Stevens, Ratcliffe, Mountfield, Van der Howe, Bracewell, Southall as well. Probably read that. I read that like a right donut, innit? I was trying to read it on the screen, but I was struggling. But yeah, it's a class kit. Look at it; it's decent, and it's long sleeve as well. I don't often go for long sleeves. I always go for the short sleeve. But like I said, the weather is going to change, and I thought I'd go with the long sleeve version. This cost me. This is why I opted for Vinted as well. So in my research, I found this. I found the exact same shirt on eBay, and it was going for 50, 55 quid. I actually got this. I got it for less than the 30 quid I said I was going to spend. David Dickinson, cheap as chips. I got it for 25 quid. And what a bargain. And there's a bit of a story with this shirt for me. I used to have this shirt, but when I moved into a house, I was doing some painting and I stupidly wore my Everton shirt, this one. Sacrilege, really. And I got more paint on the shirt than I got on the walls, and I've just regretted it ever since. So when I found this, I was like, I'm having that. That is decent. So it just goes to show, really, that, you know, if you're a bit savvy, yeah, you can shop around and get some decent gear. So all in all, so it was 25, it was 10.35 plus the 18. What's that? 45. You know, I'm gonna have to get the calculator out. One sec. So all in all, I've done the calculator sum and I've forgotten it already. Man, I'm a donut. All right. So all in all, the budget was 60 quid. Yeah, 10 plus the 20 plus the 30. In case you didn't know, I don't know why I did that. I'm not Carol Vorderman. Me, I'm a donut. So yeah, we had 60 quid to spend in the challenge and we actually spent 53 quid. And we got 3 quality items there. A jumper, long sleeve classic Everton shirt, and then the 2000 and was it the 2018, 2019 shirt, you know, for 53 quid. That's 27 pounds. Didn't need a calculator that time. That's 27 pounds cheaper than just the bog standard kit for this season. Now, I know some people will be going, well, you should be supporting the club in the megastore. Trust me, I spend money in the megastore. I go there with my son all the time, and we pump money into the megastore either in person or online. This isn't about that. What you save now, you can spend later. This is about, can you get cheaper clobber elsewhere? And I think Vinted is the one. I was just thinking, I should probably try the shirts on, really, shouldn't I? And see what they look like. What do you reckon? It's decent, this one, you know. Mate, this is bringing back some memories, you know. You know, like, yes. Love it. Love it. This one's good. I like the collar on this one. Should have probably got this at the time. I could have worn it with my son. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah. No, this is good. It's in really good condition, honestly. I love this jumper. Oh, mate. Look at this. I look forward to getting told off at work wearing this one. Now, honestly, I'm going to get too hot in this. It's too hot for wearing a jumper in summer. But honestly, the standard of the stuff that we got on Vinted was class. Let us know what you think to the shirts in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Let us know if there's any other football clubs you want us to cover in the Cheapest Chips Football Shirt Challenge. I like football shirts anyway, so I'm happy to do other clubs. But I ain't going to be doing Liverpool, yeah? No, I just can't do Liverpool. But let us know if you want us to do any clubs in the comments below. I'll pick the most interesting clubs to me, and I'll do them in a future challenge. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, and thanks for watching. I am Damo, you've been watching Fabric of the Game. In a bit. Yeah? Cheapest chips.